Hi, my name is Leslie Lee, your favorite beauty soul coach. I'm going to talk to you about neurotoxins today and the three things that I believe affect the patient's experience. So we have number one, the science. Basically, Botox, Dysport, Xeomin, Daxxify, Jeuveau, the different neurotoxins, they have an indication of 3 to 4 months. Daxxify is about 6 months, but either way, the science says that those neurotoxins will last about 3 to 4 months. Then we have the dose that equals duration. So when we think about dose and duration, we think about the FDA, and the FDA says, 20 units of Botox in the frown line should last 3 to 4 months. So that's kind of how we would dose patients. There's different areas. Botox has the most FDA approvals for the face, and so we kind of go off of that, and that's how we can say it lasts this long. So we have the science, it lasts 3 to 4 months. Then we have the dose that equals the duration. So anytime that we would reduce the dose, we could technically reduce the duration. So if someone says, I only want to do 12 units in the frown line, we could say, well, that might only last you 6 weeks, but we're not sure, right? So 3 to 4 months. Then we have the patient perception, and I believe that this is the biggest part of aesthetics with anything that we do, especially the neurotoxins. Because what will happen is we have some patients that come in who they don't mind their lines and wrinkles, they're just trying to soften them. So we might do Botox and they might feel like their Botox lasts them 6 months because they never see their lines. Then we have somebody else who has gotten used to their face without lines and wrinkles, and their Botox starts to wear. So we're talking maybe 6 weeks, 8 weeks, 10 weeks, the Botox starts to kind of wear off a little bit, and somebody gets a little bit of movement. And so they'll be like, oh, my Botox doesn't work. It's not that the Botox isn't working because you're not at baseline. You're still not back to where it used to be. It's just that you got used to what your face looks like without any movement or without any lines or wrinkles. The patient that says their Botox lasts maybe 6 months, or some people say, I come in twice a year, once a year, it depends on the person. That person's perception is different than the other person's. And so really, when it comes to aesthetics, it's very patient specific. And I think that a lot of injectors leave out the piece of the patient perception. And not a lot of people are talking about it, but I do think that it's very important to really address when it comes to injectables and your neurotoxins, is just patient perception is the driving factor when we're doing touch-ups or re-injecting. Some people are every 3 months, some people are every 6, but it's really the patient drives. We're thinking we're paying cash, or our patients are coming in, they're paying cash, they get to decide, not us as injectors. Can we have a say? Yes, but the patient's perception is the biggest driving factor in the aesthetic industry.